Have you ever faced the challenge of needing a three-way switch button, only to find that most options are two-state? It can be frustrating, right? If that's you, then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into how to implement a three-way switch button. I completely understand your frustration. Many people have encountered this issue when trying to find the right components for their projects. You're definitely not alone in this. Here's the specific situation we're looking at. One user recently asked, "How can I implement a three-way switch button?" They mentioned that they found only two-state options and toggle switches. Sound familiar? Let's explore this together and find a solution. So, what could be the reason for this limitation? Many components are designed for simplicity, which often leads to the prevalence of two-state switches. But don't worry, there are ways to create a three-way switch button that meets your needs. And stay tuned, I've got a great tip at the end that will help you implement this switch button seamlessly. To create a three-state switch button, the user should start by defining the states. Typically, these states can be on, off, and intermediate. Next, the user needs to design the button's appearance. This can be done using HTML and CSS to create a visually appealing switch. Now, the user should implement the functionality using JavaScript. This involves adding event listeners to change the state when the button is clicked. Finally, the user can update the button's appearance based on the current state. This can be done by changing the CSS classes or styles dynamically. Fun fact, did you know that the first light switches were actually just simple on-off mechanisms? We've come a long way in terms of design and functionality. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative solution for creating a three-state switch button involves defining a class that extends checkbox. You need to set up variables to track the check state and override the on-click or on-check method to cycle through the three states instead of just toggling between two. Here's the tip I promised. When designing your switch, think about how you can incorporate user feedback. This can lead to a more intuitive and user-friendly experience. And there you have it. You now have the tools to create a three-way switch button. Remember, creativity is key in problem solving. If you found this helpful, hit the subscribe button for more tips. And don't miss our next video on advanced switch designs.